Brilliance Audio presents Trespassing by Brandi Reads, performed by Kristen Watson-Heinz. I know kids have active imaginations, and I've actually heard of invisible playmates, but this goes beyond what I'd consider normal. Who's to say what's normal? Dr. Russo chuckles. Kids do have wild imaginations, and your child is exceptionally creative, artistic. Not once have the educators at the Westlake School referred to her this way. I glance at the table where 3-year-old Elizabella is engaged in her favorite activity, coloring. I lower my voice. Doctor, if I fail to set a place at the table for Nini, Nini gets mad. If Elizabella gets into trouble at preschool, it was Nini who made her do it. Sometimes, I continue, in the middle of the night, she laughs loud enough to wake me, and when I check on her, she's sitting down to a tea party in her room saying, Nini just said something so funny, Mommy. Have you considered removing toys from her bedroom? My brow wrinkles, intensifying my headache. He doesn't get it. That's not the point. I just thought, considering the family history. He fills in the blanks. Schizophrenia is extremely rare. It affects only 1% of the population, and in children, especially children of Elizabella's age, it's practically unheard of. And based on what you've told me, your mother struggled more with depression than with voices in her head. Sure, based on what I've said, it's a logical conclusion to reach. But I haven't told him everything yet. I haven't even told Micah everything, and not because I don't want him to know. I can't explain what I don't understand. I don't like to think of my mother that way anyway. It's better to remember her at her best. And even if your mother had been properly diagnosed as a schizophrenic, which I doubt, the due diligence just wasn't given to the case, the fact that you don't exhibit signs of the disorder means a less than 10% chance Elizabella will be affected. Would anyone, though, think herself crazy? If she's crazy? Creative minds usually run in families, the shrink continues. Are you creative? Not exceptionally. I majored in women's studies in college. Not that I'm using my diploma for a damned thing since my little bundle of restless energy arrived. Ironic now that I think about it. Your husband. I hold the doctor's gaze. He already knows the answer to this one. Micah, who wears only shades of gray because he doesn't know which colors go with which, is anything but artistic. I know where this line of questioning is headed, and I know he won't quit until we get there. My mother designed jewelry, I admit. I suspect you're a little artistic too, but you're afraid to follow in your mother's footsteps, no matter the capacity in which you do so. It's a ridiculous thing to say, an overgeneralization. Anyone would be afraid to become what my mother became. She had her way at the end. A short service beneath a lovely pane of stained glass. You're under a lot of pressure with the fertility treatment, with Micah's traveling, Dr. Russo says. Would this be easier to deal with if I prescribed you an anti-anxiety? I shake my head. I still have the pills he prescribed after the miscarriage in April. I don't like to take them. It's hard to be a mother when I'm on them. But it's out of the question in the midst of in vitro.